Hey there guys, today we're going to be doing another video on the Elder Scrolls Online. Um, so much has happened in the last 2 days. If you guys didn't notice, they finally released the beta sign-up. You can find a link to this on the Facebook page, and just if you look it up online you'll find it. Make sure you got the right one, because there are a few out there that are just fake, like Let's Get Your Information kind of websites. So check that out for sure. I checked it out right now. I'm going to have a link to the page in the description, so be sure to check that out. So I'm going to go through some of the things about the beta right now. So to start, you have to be 18 to sign up. And when you go into the page, the beta sign up page, there's just some information about where you live, what games you've played in the past, have you ever done any beta testing before. So it's a pretty normal application. Just fill it out, guys. It's not a lot of information. It won't take too long, but don't mess around with it at all. Just get it out there. I'd get it out there really soon, because they're probably not going to wait that long before they start to close it off. I'm sure they will wait till they get a lot of applications in, but they're going to get quite a few thousand applications in the next little while, and you're really going to want yours to be coming out sooner and closer to the front, because they are deciding whether they're going to put someone on their list or not within the first 48 hours that they get that application. So as things start to fill up, they are going to run out of spaces and they're going to start taking the better applications. So I would definitely advise to do that right away. So guys, there's a lot of random information out there right now, but the general thing, I'm just going to be going through some of the general information about the beta. So the way it's going to work is they're going to take in people's applications now, and they'll evaluate them in they say once you submit it, there's a 48-hour period before they'll tell you whether they're going to put you probably on a separate list of people that they'll pull out of to do their different tests. And what I mean by that is they're actually just going to be, if you get picked to do the beta, you'll get picked to do certain events. They'll say, these 2 days we want to test group play in our dungeons in Alderman Dominion. I'm sure they've done a lot of that stuff so far, but some of the stuff that they talked about for testing might be getting people to create multiple guilds and such, stuff like that. So if you do get picked for the beta, or if you don't get picked for the beta right away, they might still put you away on that list, and then they could bring you back for other testing. One thing that if you do sign up for the Mac version of the game, that's what I did, and another one of my friends did that, you might not get picked right away, just because they're not going to probably have the Mac beta out at the same time as the PC beta. So it might just be another week or two before they get that online and they start testing with that. But at the same time, the reason I picked Mac over PC, I have a gaming computer, but I submitted my Mac application because I feel like that's going to be something that there's going to be less people signing up for, because there's going to be more people with PC who have more gaming experience, stuff like that. We've done a lot more betas, and then there's going to be less people who sign up for Mac that are going to have that kind of experience. So, that's what I did. You guys should think it through yourselves, see what kind of fits and works out for you, and might get you the best chances of getting it. So there is one requirement for the beta that they've posted so far, and that's that you have to be 18. And that's basically, if you're older than that, you can put in your application. It doesn't matter how crappy it is. They'll still accept it and they'll look at it. Although they do have, they do prefer that you put in as much as you can. They have this one little toolbar on the side there when you're filling out your application that'll show you kind of in what group of people, what percentile you lie in. There's 3 different things. There's average, above average, and then there's excellent. So, depending on how much you fill out, I'd fill it all out, guys. The more you fill out, depending on how good the content that you fill out is, through that, and they'll look at all the excellent ones after, they'll probably, they're going to separate them, say these are the crap ones from the excellent one, these are the good ones from the excellent one, these are going to be the crap ones from the average one, stuff like that. Just they'll throw at people right away, and then they'll throw in the people that they think actually have, a good shot at making it, and then they might just go through the different applications that are there. They'll have the excellent group, go through those, take those more or less first, and then move their way back through like that as they need people. And as I mentioned earlier, the way that beta testing is going to work is they're going to pull people for events. I mentioned the guild, you get pulled in there. One thing that they did say, there was a podcast, which you guys should definitely check out. I'm going to post a link to that in the description, but you guys should definitely check that out. Basically, you just get to hear from one of the developers of the game and another YouTuber, I guess, talking about and asking questions about the game, what's going to be coming out. I'll go back to that in a second once I'm done going through the rest about the beta. But yeah, so they're going to be pulling people for specific events, and then you'll just get thrown back in with the rest of the group. And maybe if they thought you were helpful or something like that, they'll pull you back in. You'll have more of a chance of getting back in. But it's not just going to be once you're invited, you're in. You play the game as much as you want. You just test whatever you can as you play, and they'll just maybe ask for like a report. It's going to be more of like a do this with us. We're going to pull these 5 people over here, get them to go do this together.
Hello, everybody, and
then
welcome
we'll get,
to a special
like
edition
20 other
of
groups to go do the exact same thing and see if any problems arise. So from what I've heard, that's how the beta selection is going to work, but they'll probably post more about that later on. For now, it's just they just want to get more applications in. And guys, even just take like 10 minutes, do it. It's not a long thing to do. There's just you check a bunch of things. You write like a small paragraph about why you think you should be in the beta. System specs, stuff like that. It only takes like 10 minutes to do it because you might really want to do that later. You might be thinking, oh my god, like once you hear more about the game, this is going to be great. And then if you've done the beta testing thing, then maybe you can try it early, decide whether you really like it, and talk to your friends about that. And yeah, so I definitely do that so that you can always have that opportunity. So besides the beta, there was 2 other things that kind of happened yesterday, and that was a podcast which I mentioned earlier, and then there was a new video posted by Bethesda, like a game trailer, and that trailer is awesome. Like it's more of like a movie. I mean, you don't get to see any gameplay, but it looks sick. Definitely watch it. Get your good speakers out, everything like that. Yeah, get like the nice. Me and my friends set it up to like a projector, just watching that. It was awesome. But you guys should definitely check that out. It'll really get you geared up and really wanting to play the game. And it's another little sign from ZeniMax that there's just going to be like the game's coming out. It's going to be coming out soon, and they're still sticking to that 2013 launch date. Although it probably will be kind of a come around Christmas kind of game, like November, December, that kind of time. But it's definitely coming very soon, and they're very excited to put it out. And the last thing I'm going to be talking about is that podcast I mentioned earlier. It's pretty sweet. They just they talk about a lot of information about the game. One of the big things was crafting. You know how in maybe World of Warcraft, other games like that, crafting it's a good thing. You can make lots of money off of it. But if you're a crafter, you make your own weapons and armor. Like your friend can just go to a dungeon and collect way better stuff than you, just without even bothering wasting all his time with that. So what they did say about that was that in the Elder Scrolls Online, crafting is going to play a much bigger role. So you can go make equivalent gear, do some of the best stuff just by making it. But at the same time, it's going to be more of a commitment, maybe a little bit harder than in Skyrim and I guess Oblivion, where it was pretty easy to level up. It might be more of like a time commitment. I mean, in my guild, we're probably a lot of other guilds have already started talking about this, is getting people assigned to different crafting roles, whether that be alchemy, enchanting, smithing, just getting someone there to focus on that, and then the guild will support that person and just try and build more off of that. But yeah, they've definitely said that crafting is going to be vital if you're gaming. So I mean, not only just improving your stuff, but at the same time making really good gear that might just be really high for your level. In the podcast, they also talked about when you, because I know earlier they talked about maybe having to being one of those games that you really have to like dig everywhere, pick up all the plants and stuff like that. And yeah, they did say that about crafting too. You're really going to be wanting to take advantage of everything around you. So you go into that dungeon, you want to be running around the sides of the cave, picking up all the mushrooms. Just bring them back, give them to your friend, get him to make some nice potions, help you guys out later on, maybe a boss fight or something like that. But that's definitely going to help a lot, and they did mention that somewhat in the podcast. They also talked about some of the systems and guilds that they're working on and how they really want to test that out a lot in the beta. That guild is going to be more of like less of just this is just another way that I can talk to my friend, and more of just a way to interact, get to groups, just do more stuff with the world and interact with a really nice interface, which is going to bring you together with a bunch of other players and give you lots of opportunities to do newer, harder content. And guys, they mentioned a ton of other stuff. You should definitely check it out, and I am going to have the link to that in the description. So just about that last video I posted a few days ago, I did mention weapons a little bit, about seeing you can see like a spear and some of the clip art, having new weapons, stuff like that. And from the new trailer that they posted, there's a lot more of that. You see someone from the Daggerfall Covenant, the leader there, using throwing knives, that kind of thing. So it's looking like they're definitely going to have new material in the game. Staff's looking more like a weapon that can be used more all-purpose as opposed to just casting one spell and only being able to do that. We also got to see some really cool siege weapons. I don't know if that's actually going to be in the game, but there's you see some people from the Aldemir Dominion climbing up the front wall of a fortress to get into Cyrodiil. And then you also see Daggerfall Covenant shooting ballistas across and then running across, because there's bridges that like fly across on cables across these ballista lines. And so that's pretty cool. They might have a bunch of really neat siege weapons that'll really help you get in to enemy fortresses. Generally, the whole thing is just the three alliances getting in through different ways, but all going into the Imperial, like moving their way into the Imperial city, all through the same point at the same time. And this really suggests, what we've heard a little bit about before, which is the whole, when you go into Cyrodiil, that's going to be probably the main focus for the game, even though you're definitely going to have like your super dense, full maps all around for PvE. There is going to be that incredibly strong and amazing aspect of the game, which is going to be the PvP going into Cyrodiil. And this video is just another example of how it's not just going to be maybe only fighting other players going in. There's going to be tons of other stuff to do, so maybe you're just working at one fortress with one of your friends and like another whole faction just shows up, like another 300 people out there, and then you got to get more people from your own side, stuff like that. Great combat systems, great stuff like that. It's going to be an awesome game, guys. So seriously, check out all the stuff I was talking about. I'm going to have all the links in the description. And that's all for today, guys. But seriously, check out the Facebook page for The Elder Scrolls Online. Check all that stuff out. There's tons of great information coming out pretty regularly right now. I'm going to be doing a few more videos in the next few weeks, more than I normally do, just on this because there's so much new stuff coming out. But guys, thanks for watching, and I hope you liked the video. If you enjoyed, be sure to like, share it with your friends, make sure that they know about all the new stuff that's coming out, because I think that a lot of people are going to be really interested in this game. Subscribe if you're interested in the content. I'm going to be doing some more videos on this week, as I just said, and I'm probably, I know I've been saying this for a while now, but I'm going to be doing some more videos on some broader topics coming up as I get more time. Thanks for watching, guys.